All right. I can only guess, Mary Kate. I can only make a wild guess at why that would be. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First matchup between the past two defending champions. So Kia traveling to Seoul today. Oh, I'm sure she is. They know what they're doing. They know what the crowd wants. They know what Mary Kate wants. So yeah, I mean, Kia off to a rough start so far this year. Is very well documented their struggles with the bullpen. Their starting pitching has been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Uh, on the other hand, their their bullpen has not been what we would call fantastic. So uh, obviously they're going to have some issues. They lost one of their big guys, actually signed with LG in the offseason. LG, on the other hand, finally got their first loss of the season on Wednesday. I guess the couple days off, the 3 days off, was a little bit too much for him. Is that is, you know what? Not an awful first pitch. I would be satisfied almost with that first pitch. But so first pitch coming up soon. Gong Myung apparently threw that. I don't know who he is. Looks like his plant foot wide opened up a little bit too much and caused him to throw wide. But it was a decent speed. But we ready for a Friday night's underway. On the mound is going to be a couple of lefties, young Yang Hyun Jung, not Young Hyun Jung. I've already misspelled a word. Welcome to Friday. Try that again. No, it's not what I want. It keeps auto correcting. There we go. That's better. So, Yang Hyung Jung, the Kia lefty, the ace for a long time, former Texas Ranger, against a young guy. In fact, he's so young that he didn't actually pitch against LG or didn't pitch against Kia except in 2022, his first season in the league. So we'll see what happens here. Is the first pitch is underway, and that's a strike. Yu Song leading things off for Kia. So Song Sung Gi, 1 game, 7 innings, 186 OPS against, as he did play against Hanwha, and that's going to be a liner to right field. It's going to drop down, and just like that, Kia has a base runner, and the no hitter is gone. The perfect game is gone. Let's just pack her up and move to the next one, shall we? So Song Sung Gi pitched in 1 game. He pitched last week against Hanwha, and everybody knows Hanwha struggles against any sort of starting pitcher. So he pitched 7 innings through 94 pitches and gave up 1 hit. Didn't get the win as the offense just couldn't put anything together either. So already, 1 out. We've already got a pitch com issue. I think these teams need to start figuring this pitch com thing out. This is week getting ready for the third week of the season, and almost every game I stream, they can't even get out of the first inning. As Wisdom drives that up into the air, center fielder over, and that's will be 1 away. Wisdom took off in the Hanwha series, hitting a home run in all 3 games. First homer in the new stadium belongs to a foreigner and a former Cardinal. So, a couple of lefties on the mound. Last year, Song Seung Gi was in the military doing his military duty. He did pitch in 3 games against Kia's second league team, obviously not their first league team. A 2.08 ERA against them in 2024. As a Nasong Bomb looks at ball one, it's 1-0. So against them, 3 games, a 2-1 on the season, 17 innings, 23 strikeouts. So expect some strikeouts today. Nasong Bomb hitting 273 on the season. And that's low 2-0. I thought that Pak Chan Ho was supposed to be coming back today. And I believe next week is that's upstairs, and that's 3-0 now. I thought Pak Chan Ho was supposed to be back this series, but apparently not. Hong Jong Pyo is taken off the roster, but Pak Chan Ho was not added. Kim Do Young a couple more weeks, and he'll start his rehab assignment, I guess, as that was a ball. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? That was a ball. Nasang Bomb thought it was a strike. The catcher thought it was a strike. The pitcher thought it was a strike. Everybody thought it was a strike, except for the ABS zone. Oops, that's not right. Oh, Nasang Bomb earns himself a 4-pitch walk, and they've got runners on first and second for the DH. All right, Che Hyung Woo steps in 265 on the season and fouls that first pitch out of play, and it's 0-1. Che Hyung Woo, I need to turn off my dehumidifier. Ah, let's try that. Might have been some sound echoing in there as that misses way upstairs, and it's 1-1. LG with the rainbow purple night rainbow-ish soul uniforms today, and that's outside, and it's 2-1. Last year, because I refuse to watch Hanwha. They've officially screwed over the fans so much that I just want nothing to do with the team. As that is going to be fouled away. 2-2. It only takes so much of the same thing over and over, constantly selling hope at a higher price every year. All right, the 2-2. Nope, I haven't been to one game yet, as that's going to be a chopper to Austin Dean over there at first. It'll move the base runners up. But it's 2 away. Yep, haven't been. I've been. Uh, yeah, I've been to one game. I went to the opening ceremony for the new stadium, but I haven't been to an actual game. Just streaming every single game. All right, Byonu Yak, a former Hanwha Eagle, as he looks at a 55 pitch in the dirt, hitting a 300 on the season. Yeah, so I started having season tickets to in 2018, 2018, 2019, 2020. I bought a season ticket. 2020, they canceled the season ticket. At that point, it was 610,000 won is how much it was for a season ticket. Is here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be ripped into left field. That's going to score at least one. Nasung Bomb is going to run around third. And that is going to be a 2-out 2 RBI single for Byonu Yak. And LG falls behind quickly as the former Hanwha Eagle comes through once again. Yeah, so I had season tickets since 2018. It was 610,000. And then in 2023, the season ticket prices went up about 30%, despite the fact that they'd finished in 10th, 10th, and 10th. In fact, the third year in 10th, they actually had the most losses ever in the history of the Hanwha Eagles. But they raised the prices 30%. And then now for this new stadium, they raised prices again. It's more than doubled since 2020. But they finished in 10th, 9th, and 8th. Not only that, Hanwha has absolutely no fan service. Again, I've been to every stadium in the league. Uh, I've seen almost every team. Hanwha has the worst fan service by far, as that is upstairs. We want to know. Oh, the catcher Hanjun Soo steps in. I do a poll, and then that poll determines. I have to set everything up the night before, as that is outside, and it's 2-0. Oops. For some reason, they didn't give Kia any. There we go. Kia's got some runs now. As here's the 2-0 pitch, 2-0 score. Pop fly, third baseman Moonbo Young giving chase, but that is going to be into the Kia bullpen. Yep. So I was doing every game, people would vote on it, but it's really kind of time consuming, and it's like flooding my whole thing. So I want to do just okay, people can vote for the series, and I'll of the top 2 or 3, I'll pick the games that I want to actually stream from there, as that's upstairs. 3-1 now, as he is struggling with his command a bit. All right, Byung-Yuk over on first, and Hanjun and fouls that back, and we got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Almost got through a full inning without one, but alas. Yeah, I mean, there's certain games that I want to stream. Like, I do like streaming Lotte Hanwha because they're always so bad that you never know what to expect. As that is a swing and a miss. Strikeouts number 1 on the day for Sung Sung Gi, but he gave up 2 runs in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first for LG's first at bat. Two hits there. There we go. Why does it say 3 runs? I knew I hit the button. I know, Mary Kate, you would love it if they had 3 runs, but unfortunately, they only have 2. All right. So, some definite changes in the LG lineup. Honestly, lots of changes on this LG lineup. Things that I was kind of not expecting, really. Uh, Ojiwan is not at short. Gubon Yuk is over at shorts. Pak Min is not in center field. Chaewon Young is in center, yeah. And then Iju Yun is behind the dish instead of Pak Dong Wan. So, and it's not because they're still on the roster. So I don't know. I don't know if there's something happened or what, but those 3 guys who are normally in the starting lineup are not in the starting lineup today for LG. So maybe they're trying to get themselves something going. I don't know. And Hana already given up a home run. I called that talking to the big Kiwi today. Oh, Puig. I'm gonna knock out my first QM game tomorrow. All right, Hong Chang Gi steps in. And that's in there for a strike. I'm going to talk about it every time. next week, next Friday, should be Ryuhan Jin versus Kyum. So you're gonna have the chance to finally see the Ryuhan Jin versus Puig matchup. Pretty excited about it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Hong Chang Gi steps 429 on base percentages. That one just catches the bottom corner. Yeah, it should be Friday nights. Uh, Unless again tomorrow, I am concerned. The reason why I'm doing the Kium game tomorrow instead of doing a double, instead of doing the Hanwha Samsung or this series, the Kia LG series tomorrow, is because it's supposed to rain all day. As the 1-2 is low, 2-2. So it's supposed to rain, and Kium is obviously in the dome. So I'm kind of playing it safe with that and picking a game that I know I'm going to be able to stream. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop dives. He gets to his feet, but he is says he's out, but I don't think so. Kim Gyu Sung makes the diving stop, gets to his feet, but it was a little slow getting to his feet. He's going to have to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's safe there. He looked at the glove and the ball instead of just getting to his feet. Oh, he is out. What a call by the umpire. Wow. From my angle, looking from the camera, is he was safe, but he was out. What a call by the first base umpire, ladies and gentlemen. I'm always concerned about like wisdom over at first. He's not naturally the first baseman. As Shinmin J looks at ball one on the outside. He just told the umpire something, and then the umpire turned around and went like this to the scores. Not sure what that was, as that was fouled away. And 1-1. So Yang Yun Jung on the season, 409 ERA, 2 games, 0-1 on the season. Lost his opening game against NC. He's given up some runs. He's given up 7 runs, 5 earned. He gave up 3 runs, 1 earned to Hana, but didn't factor in the decision as that is outside, and it's 2-1. Last year, 410 ERA, so he's right at about the same as last year. Last year against LG, he 3 games he was 2-0, 16 innings, but LG hit almost 300 against him, and he gave up 3 home runs against LG last year. He gave up 21 home runs last year, which was his career high. And this isn't a guy that's been around the league for 5 years. He's been around for 15, 20 years almost. He is an elder statesman by far. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. 1 out. And that's going to be a chopper. The shortstop grabs it, throws in time, and that's going to be another out. And it's 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Catches it on a jump, so his feet are planted, and then threw him out by about 4 steps. Because they're up 2-0. That math. His bullpen is just real bad, though. And how have you been? You haven't been in the stream for a while. All right, Mr. Austin, ding, 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 looks at strike one on the top of the zone on that hanging curve. Hitting a mere 343 on the season, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs. Evening, Allen. And the 0-1 pitch runs way in, and it's 1-1. Wisdom and Austin, both 5 home runs, both 10 RBIs, both 452 on base percentage, both 800 slugging percentage, and both have a 4-game home run streak, as that is upstairs and it's 2-1. And something they didn't put up there is they both used to be St. Louis Cardinals. And that's upstairs 2-2. Sorry, 3-1. What did I say? All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. And that's going to be ball 4. Both number 3 hitters in the game have now walked. There goes the perfect game. Moonbo Young steps in. I thought Mud Hin, yeah. So you got Mud Hens. Obviously, that's not live. Obviously, review. Does ML? I remember hearing something about MILB has a package now too. Is that what do you have that too, Alan? All right, Moonbo Young hitting 394, but not hitting that one, and it's 0-1. I don't know. I guess it's the new version of the Twins jersey, maybe the rainbow or something. I don't know. I mean, I have this one on. I have the regular one. Logan Allen is now Randy Johnson. Oh, okay. All right, the 0-2, and that's going to be lifted to center field. Going back, throws his glove up, and it's off of his glove. Austin is going to round third, and he's going to come home as Moonbo Young goes to third, but the catcher drops it, and that is going to be a run for the Twins on an bad play by the center fielder. As I'm not sure. He got turned around, threw the glove up as it just kept carrying. He got his feet crossed. It hits the right off the thumb and the webbing of his glove and bounces away. Austin running on it, obviously, as that's 2 outs. He gets sent home. Moonbo Young stops at second, but comes home on the throw, and then the catcher is not able to hold on to the ball, drops it, and that puts Moonbo Young over at third base with 2 outs and Kim Hyun Soo. I will get the official scoring there, as that was everywhere, everything. Not sure. I am gonna imagine that's gonna be a double with an error and a RBI is what I'm gonna guess. And the 2-1 pitch off, and that's have to wait on the official score. Kind of just kept carrying and carrying. So not gonna give him an error, as that's going to be a single into center field, and Kim Hyun Soo comes up with an RBI, and it is tied 2-2. We've got ourselves an offensive explosion. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good bonus if you are a huge baseball fan. MLB TV is great if you live outside of the US. It's fantastic if you live outside of the US. All right. We got Kim Hyun Soo over on first base. I didn't even get a chance to change the batter there. Kim Hyun Soo there. All right. Moon Jung Bin steps in. And that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. walk and 2 straight hits has tied this game up. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a chopper. Third baseman grabs it, throws across the diamond. Low, but Wisdom makes the play, and that will go down as the end of the first. It's tied up at deuces. You gotta love some offense after streaming too many Hanwha games. Finally get to see some run. Do da day. Yeah, and that's the thing is again like in the US, I wouldn't buy the MLB package because I could just watch. I was only gonna watch Cardinals games, so I can obviously watch those on regular TV, or at least that's the way it was in when I was in the states. When I was in college, we had the MLB package because like I was a Cardinals fan. Two guys were Royals fans. One guy was a Minnesota Twins fan. One guy was a Braves fan. So we just had, we had so many people, so many different fans in the house. It was perfect. And, with 5 guys all chipping in, makes it pretty cheap. I wish I could hit like Mark McGuire. Maybe I just need a little needle. All right. A very interesting first inning. And that means it'll probably go scoreless for the rest of the game and end in 2-2 tie. I still remember where I was when Mark McGuire hit his 62nd home run. And that is first pitch is ripped over the first baseman's head. And just like that, we've got another base runner. As Chewan Jun tries to amend his, what I would consider we won't call it an error, but it definitely was not a good play in center field. No, like it's 13 degrees at the LG game. I mean, I would be outside in a hoodie. But if you look, all of the Korean players all have like neck warmers. You look in the stands, they all have big coats on. He slaps the bunt's foul, and it might have been into the stand. Oh man, you gotta love some hoodies. I'm pretty excited about my Dreads Rock TV hoodie. Still waiting for it to come in the mail. It's stuck in Germany, of all places. That's going to be lifted into center field, going back, makes the catch, and that'll be one away. He gave it a ride, but the center fielder able to range over, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Sogun Chang. Yeah, I have. I work with 2 Canadians, and we all 3 complain about the heat, and we love the cold, without a question, as that's in there for a strike. Like for me, I ride a motorcycle year round. I ride it as long as it's not pouring down rain or snowing. I'm riding my motorcycle. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Runner on first does have some speed, and so they check over him. That's in there for a strike. Carry. I haven't really paid any attention to Hanwha or to St. Louis. It's just the timing is just not very good. As another check over at first base on Chaewon Jun in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now. Tough guys to double up. If he does hit something on the ground, he's going to have to hit it pretty hard. Sogun Chan, despite his age, still moves fairly well, only hitting 167 on the season, but from the left side, and he's got a swing that sends him into motion anyway, as that's going to be popped up. Third baseman under it, and that was just awful. Gubonyuk suddenly came running in right underneath Moonbo Gyung. They were still able to make the catch, but I don't know what the heck Moonbo Gyung or Gubonyuk. Moonbo Gyung is like, he must have lost it in the lights or something, but that is two away now, and Yu Sung will step in. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a single and a run scored. That's in there for a strike. 286 on the season for the left fielder. And checks over on him again. In the dirt, a nice play there by the backstop. 1-1 now. Oh, Sung Sung Gi now sitting at 29 pitches. And misses way upstairs. 2-1 now. Wisdom on deck. Gave his first swing a ride. Many people have these two teams making it to the Korean series again this year, and we'll see what happens. Son Sung-gi, obviously the number 5 starter in the rotation, the young guy. I believe he's still rookie eligible. I think that's a thing in the KBO, as that catches the outside, and we've got ourselves a full count. Second full count of the day for the Kia Tigers. First one ended in a strikeout. That's beautiful K up at the top of your horizontal feed. And here comes the 3-2 pitch in the dirt, and that's going to walk them. They've got runners on first and second now with 2 outs. That's going to bring up Wisdom. Wisdom has definitely overproduced what I thought he was going to do. He had lots of struggles with the off-speed pitches in the MLB in his last year or in his career, but he has hit well so far here in the KBO. He also had a pretty big strikeout issue in the MLB, but he's doing well. I mean, nothing you can say besides he is doing well. As that is in the dirt and not going to go. Want to know? Runner at first or at second has plenty of speed. Second center fielder who plays well, runs well, and then you have Yu Sung over at first. So a double should score 2. A single will score 1, most likely. All right, here comes the 1-0, and that's in there for strike. 1-1. What's up, Brink? All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch. catches the upper corner, and it's 1-2. Way outside, and it's 2-2. Brink, when are you scheduled to come to Korea? Have you made your plans or finalized any plans yet? All right, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to end the inning. And they strand another two. That's three so far through two. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-2. Tagging. June 21st through July 3rd. What do you got? Oh, you're going to be here for a while. So you got some Incheon games, Jamshil games, some Gochuk games, and then a home game. Too bad you weren't here the following week. That's the All-Star game. The All-Star game is amazing. It's hilarious. It's what MLB should make their All-Star game. That's all there is. Let's see. 18 pitches that inning leaves them at 38 as they go 0 for 3 with the runners on base. 1 for 7 is Kia with runners on base today. Yeah, the All-Star game will be in Daejeon. All right. Leading off for LG is going to be the number 7 hitter, Go Bong Hyuk, the shortstop. Get that cleared it. All right, there we go. And the first pitch is outside, ball 1. And that's in there for a strike on the inside, 1-1. That's good. Yeah, I mean, it looks really nice, but like from a fan perspective, like you miss half the game depending on where your seat's at. 1-2. It has to be better than the old stadium because the old stadium was 60 years old. So I can't imagine what it was like for the opposing players as that pops it up. Wisdom and Han Jun Soo catches it, and that's one away on the pop up to the catcher in foul territory. 'Cause, like I've been to into the locker rooms of the old stadium for the home team. I never went into the locker rooms for the away teams, but it reminds me of like a I don't know, away high school team where you got a couple tables, a couple benches, and a cooler in the middle, and you got to go out to the and get your own ice for the cooler. I just get that feeling of it. All right, and that is ripped foul, and it's 0-2. Yeah, I was hoping I tried to get tickets to the opening game, but the ticketing is just an absolute cluster. As here comes the 0-2 pitch. I don't know about now. I have never been to the cheerleader dressing room. as that is drops in there, and he's gonna hang over at first as he's got himself a 1 out single. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter. Yeah, the cheerleaders are in a different, completely different area. I do remember like I had to go early one year and do an interview for a newspaper. Like they asked me to do an interview for them, and that's going to be a slow roller to the second baseman that turns to throw to seconds, but they're not going to be able to turn two, and the 4-6 putouts will make it 2 outs. That'll flip the lineup back over to Hong Chang Gi. Yeah, so like when I went into like the media room, they saw me, so they were yelling at me, and then they went into, I guess, their dressing room or changing room or whatever. All right, sets up on the outside and misses way upstairs, and it's 1-0. And a lot of the Hanwha, or not Hanwha, the Kia players, or sorry, the LG starters, again, three of them on the bench today. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Beautiful pitch in there. Catches at the top of the zone as it just drops in and says, I'll take the K. Mary Kate, you're going to have to calm it down. You're going to get me banned. You're going to get my rating changed. I do know that the cheerleaders have to, like, they, because again, I live right by the stadium, so I'm going past the stadium whenever before the game or after the game, and like when I would go for a walk like 2 hours, 3 hours before the game, and then the cheerleaders would be showing up, and they would just have like a line of 40-year-olds with $1,000 cameras, 2,000, $3,000 lenses, just following them, taking pictures. Just super creepy. Throw over to first. The announcers are like, "What?" But it wasn't even close. Not really. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch to Hong Chang Gi. And another check over. Wisdom holds on to the ball for a little bit. The guy needs more chicken. His chicken cup, his chicken beer cup is missing the chicken. All he's got left is his beer. You're gonna have to drink faster or eat slower, one of the two. 1-1 pitch. That's gonna be a single over the jumping shortstop. And he will go first to third as Hong Chang Gi comes up with a 2 out single, moves runners onto the corner, and LG is trying to take the lead here. Hong Chang Gi. I got a question that you're not going to know the answer to, but you can probably get the answer to. Uh, every pitcher or whatever has an entrance song. Every player has an entrance song. Uh, so James obviously has his own entrance song. Did he get to pick it in Korea, or did they pick it for him? All right, Shinmin Jae steps in. He's hitting 600 with runners on base, or sorry, 600 with runners in scoring possession, 545 with runners on base. Thank you, thank you. And the pitch, Shinmin J chops that right to the second baseman, grabs it, throws, and that will end the threats. Both teams leave runners on again, and that's will make us go to the third inning. It's still tied up at twos. I can tell you what his song is. I have that ability, ladies and gentlemen. One of my many, many hidden talents is the ability to search things in Korean. So his song, he may not have one because he's not a reliever. Nope, he's got one. His song is Miguel Pineapple Skies. That is his song. He may not even know what his song is. It is an English song. Are the trees high enough, baby? Leave you so high your feet won't touch the ground. That is his song in the KBO. All right, we should be back now. Let's see. Nasong Bomb will lead things off. A very, very dangerous hitter. So 38 pitches through 2 innings for Song Sung Gi. 35 through 2 for Yang Hyung Jong. And here we go. The first pitch to Nasong Bomb, and that's another ball. He's seen 5 pitches. They've all been balls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have to start getting the Texas A&M chants out. Ball six, ball six, ball six. Check swing, and he finally throws a strike, and we don't have to yell it anymore. Mary Kate, what would your walk-up song be? And the 1-1 fouled away, 1-2. Alan, if you're in the still hanging out in the vertical there, what would your walk-up song be? Anybody. There's 14 people watching this right now. What would your walk-up song be? Ooh, I like it. I like it. And the 1-2 swing and a miss at a pitch up at the top of the zone. And that will be his second strikeout of the day. And for the first time today, Kia is their first batter retired. That's going to bring up a Che Hyung-woo, the DH. He grounded out to first base in his first at bat. Runs that inside, and it's 0-1. Che Hyung-woo. And misses there, and it's 1-1. Che Hyung-woo. Che. Che. And the 1-1, he goes down to his knee, but fouls that out of play. And somebody attempted to catch that, and it were not successful. That smell. I'm going to write these down. That smell. All right, and that pitch is up high, and it's 2-2. That's going to be trouble. The center fielder coming in, dives, not able to catch it. He's got to get back up, and Che Hung-woo is going to be sliding into second base with a one-out double on a Texas big league single at double. We'll call it a double. The center fielder came running in. Again, Min is not in the lineup for some reason. Again, I don't know why they're not in the lineup. I don't know. I haven't had time to research why. Byonu Yuk steps in. He had two RBIs in his first at bats. He's got a chance here for some more, but fouls that one away, and it's 0-1. Who is it? Hoffman, right? Trevor Hoffman? Hells Bells? Byonu Yuk, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Yeah. All right, here comes the 0-2 outside, 1-2, and he is getting that up there. Yeah, I knew Helsley was, but yeah, obviously Inner Sandman is the I would say the most well-known entrance song. I have to say, just because of who he was. Still don't think he should have been the first unanimous Hall of Famer. All right, the 2-2 pitch sets up way outside, goes way outside, and runs the count full. Another full count. Third full count of the day. Man, again, I haven't been to a game in so long as that is going to walk them, and they've got runners on first and second now. That's going to bring up Hanjun Soo. Yeah, the last Cardinal game I went to was, it was the last time I was in the U.S. I went to, I arrived the next 2 days. I went to Royals games because I arrived in Kansas City. Went to the two Orioles Royals games. That's Mrs. Lowe, and it's 1-0. Trying to see Kim Hyun Soo, the DH for LG, who was with the Orioles at the time, and then and the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be popped up, and shortstop under it, and he lets it drop. They call the infield fly as he tried to let it drop and to get the double play, but they did call the infield fly. Trying a little sneaky there. Yeah, and then later I went to the Hanwha, or I keep saying Hanwha, the Cardinals Red Sox game. Hmm. All right, so Chaewon Jun steps in. First pitch is swinging. Center fielder coming in. And another 2 runners left on base as the teams apparently are allergic to scoring runs at this point. As like I said, what's going to happen is quick 2 runs in each inning, and it's going to end up in a 2-2 tie. As we'll go to the bottom of the third, it's tied at 2-2. went and tried to watch Kim Hyun Soo, and then I tried to watch Oh Seung Won for when he was with St. Louis. Uh, but they didn't, neither one of them played in the three games I went to watch. No, they never appeared in any of those games. These pitchers are going to run into some pitch count issues coming up soon. Yeah. All right, so we be back, ladies and gentlemen. So Yang Hyung Jong out on the mound, 35 pitches through his first two innings. I'm not really a music fan. Uh, yeah, I'm not really a music fan. Austin will step in. He is hitless in the day because he's at batless technically as he walked in his first at bat and looks at ball one there and no 1-0. Currently has a 4-game home run streak. And the 1-0 is that's going to be ripped over the third baseman's glove, and that's going to be into the corner. He's going to have himself a leadoff double there. On base for the second time. Oop, wrong side. There we go. Yeah, I just not like I listen to music in my helmet, but it's kind of just like background noise. And then again, last Saturday, I went to probably the biggest K-pop concert in the in the country. Uh and yeah, I had no idea who I knew I'd heard of him, but I had no idea who he really was. All right, Moonbo Young fouls that one away, and it's 1-1 or 0-1. 38 pitches now for Yang Hyung Jong. A leadoff double. Moonbo Young, RBI double in his first at bat. And came around to score on the Kim Hyun Soo single. And that's going to be lifted into the left field. He's going to go back, gets turned around, but sticks the glove out and makes the play as he got completely turned around, still stuck out the glove, makes the play. And because of that, Austin wasn't able to tag up. It looked like it was over his head. He was trailing towards center field, and then at the last second, he turned around and stuck his glove towards the left foul pole, makes the catch, and then gets it back in. The Kia defense has not been pretty. It's going to bring up Kim Hyun Soo. He's 1 for 1 on the day and looks at strike one in there on the inside, and it's 0-1. 4 for 9 on the season with runners in scoring position, 273 on the season total, counting today's single in his first at bat back in the first inning. And that's in the dirt, 1-1. Yep, the Bears are losing. Barnes is on the mound. Poor dude. As that is fouled away. 1-2. Barnes threw 7 innings of 1-run ball and took the loss in his last at bat or last start. I mean, nothing compared to James's starts to the season. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Pitch number 43, sorry, as that is going to be a ground ball past the diving Wisdom. Austin is going to round third, come home. The throw is not in time. And Kim Hyun-soo once again comes through with an RBI single, and LG takes the lead here in the bottom of the third. He was struggling early in the season, and LG still came through big. Yang Hyung Jong struggling here. 43 pitches, getting himself a little mound visits. And that brings up Moon Jung Bin. Moon Jung Bin, a 5-3 ground out in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1 now. "54 pitches for Son Sung Gi through 3. Yang Hyung Jong is sitting at 44 pitches now with just 1 out in here. Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And just gets a piece of ball 1. And it stays alive. Right to the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss there, and that's his first strikeout of the day. 2 outs now, and that'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Gubon Yuk, who popped up to the catcher in his first at bat. 0 for 1 on the day. Doosan was my number 6 team, my preseason number 6 team. They're still missing their best pitcher though, so that's the thing. Is that catches the outside corner and it's 0-1. So Gubon Yuk again 0 for 1 on the day. Kim Hyun-soo still hanging out at first base as he's drove in Austin. And here comes the 0-1 pitch, sets up on the outside corner and just misses, and it's 1-1. Yeah, Guakbin, I want to say hip, maybe it was back, oblique, I believe was his preseason or spring injury. Is that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Kim Hyun-soo is gonna go to second. Nobody covered second. Both the shortstop and the second baseman were headed behind the bag as Kim Hyun-soo shows off the 40-year-old wheels, steals a bag. Well, again, the throw was right at second base, but both the shortstop and the second baseman were back behind the second base. That might be the first time I have ever seen that, honestly. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be a strikeout into the dirt. Throws down to first. That'll be 3 away, but not before Kim Hyun-soo comes up big again with a 2 outs. No, 1 out, RBI, and we'll go to the 4th inning. It's 3-2 Twins. Keep hitting the wrong buttons. Yeah, so some big injuries, preseason injuries was Che Jung for SSG uh, with an injury, and then other than that, Guak Bin, the #1 pitcher for Doosan, also injured, and then the SSG also Mitch White didn't even pitch in the spring because of injuries, and then obviously the Kim Do Young injury. But again, I read that he was supposed to start in the middle of this month, start a rehab assignment, as they said he's progressing fairly well. And then Pak Chan Ho is supposed to. I read that yeah. I also Pak Chan Ho. I thought they said was going to be back for this series, but maybe he's not quite eligible yet. All right. Yeah, I read that he hadn't started it yet. I read that he was progressing nicely and he was supposed to start a rehab assignment in a couple weeks in the middle of this season or in the middle of the month. All right. Here comes the first pitch and it's low as who's up? Who's up? Who's up? Kim Gyu Sung, the shortstop, the #8 hitter, flew out to center in his first at bat. First pitch there is going to be a liner to Hong Chang Gi. And that is one away. That'll bring up the bottom of the order, Sagun Chan, who popped up to the third baseman in his first at bats. And that's in there for a strike. Bottom of the zone. 0-1. Let's see. Moon Jung Bin is out. Pak Hae Min is in center field now, and that means Chaewon Young moves over to left field. And that's going to be a chopper back to the pitcher, grabs it, tosses underhand, and that will be 2 away. So flip the lineup back over. So I'll try to get that. Yeah, last year was the first year that he's been healthy. Uh and again, my preseason predictions that I never ended up putting out. That was the #1 thing I said is Kia would had no injuries last year. As that is fouled away. I mean, obviously they had the Erie injury, but overall they were really healthy for a team that is as old as Kia is. But now they are running into some issues with injuries. As the pitch is going to be a ground ball, shortstop dives, but he's going to be on base for the third time today with a second single as Yu Sung 2-out single past the diving shortstop. Trying to get this changed here. So again, we'll go to left field. There we go. I think it's fixed now. And Wisdom steps in, looks at strike one at the top of the zone. So Yu Sung 2 for 3 now with a walk and two singles. Wisdom steps in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in his last at bats. Flew out to center in his first at bats. And the 0-1 way up high, and that's 1-1. Kia is going to have to open up the wallet for the the baseball players this offseason as Pak Chan Ho and Chaewon Jun are both free agents. And there is one more person on the team that's a free agent. I can't remember who. Maybe Kim Tae-gun or I can't remember who the other guy is who is also a free agent. All right, here comes pitch number 67, ladies and gentlemen. Let's watch it be a strike. Here it comes. Always a strike, always a strike. Pitch number 67. Misses upstairs. That's not good for them. Oh, Chae Hyung-woo? Because I said Chaewon Jun, the center fielder, Pak Chan Ho, the shortstop. So also Chae Hyung-woo, the DH. The 3-1 pops him up, but's out of play, and we've got ourselves another full count. 1 full counts per inning, ladies and gentlemen. That is the rules of the game today. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be right back up the middle, and he's got himself his first single of the day as Yu Sung heads over to third base, and they've got runners on the corner with 2 outs again. And that brings up a Na Sung bomb. Yeah, they did raise it this last year. They did raise it up, which is why Hanwha was able to go spend all that money. So yeah, they started a salary cap a few years ago. It's something like 10% over the top 40 players in the league or something like that. I don't know. It's really weird. It's not like a super set amount. It's like this really weird calculation. As Na Sung Bom 265 on the season, walked in his first at bat and then struck out in his last at bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be a liner caught by a jumping Shinmin Jae. And that saves at least 1 run and another 2 runners left on by Kia. They've left 7 on the bases through 4. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-2 Kia. Yeah, so there's a salary cap for the Korean teams, but there's also a salary cap for the foreigners. And I think you probably know this. The salary cap for the foreigners is $4 million. There's a salary cap for new foreigners, which is $1 million is the most they can make. And then on top of that, if they re-sign someone, so like they re-sign Nail, so they can add 100,000 to theirs. So Kia's limit is $4.1 million. And then you have like teams like where you have, Samsung who re-signed Reyes and Diaz, so they would get to 4.2 million. And then like same with SSG where they re-signed both Heredia and Anderson, but since they've re-signed Heredia, this is his 3rd year in the league, he would go, it would be worth 200,000. So they would have 4.3. Same with like LG here, where they have Austin and Hernandez. So they LG's salary cap would be 4.3 million. The foreigner salary cap is way easier to calculate than the Korean salary cap. Yeah, just can't come through with the big hits. Yeah, basically. And it's a new thing. I think it started just 2 years ago, 3 years ago. As the first pitch is fouled away there. The number 8 hitter, Lee Ju Hyun, the backstop for LG today. And the 0-1 pitch, beautiful pitch on the outside, and it's 0-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And did he go around? He did not, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 lifts its foul and it stays 2-2. So let me looking it up now. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout to number 3. He's struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. One away now, and we'll go to the number 9 hitter, Chaewon Young, who 4th, 6th ground out in his last at bat. All right. So yeah. All right. So apparently it's as that is going to be a bunt right at the third baseman. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got the best bunt of the season so far. A line out bunt to the third baseman. Didn't even have to hardly charge in. So the KBO salary cap is 120% of the top 40 salaries in the league. As that is in there for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Hong Chang-gi. Hong Chang-gi singled in his last at bats. 1 for 2 on the day. And the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. But I think it's they're on 3-year allotments or something. But the foreigners don't count and the rookies don't count either. Yeah. And the 2-3 pitch. Sorry, the 2-1 pitch. It's a 2-3 game. And that's going to be a chopper. Second baseman grabs it, throws across, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have our very first 1-2-3 inning. Only took 4 of them to get there. We'll see in the 5th. It's 3-2 Kia. That is not good when you get through have to go through 4 innings to get a 1-2-3 inning. Watching a commercial about being old and going to a concert and needing some extra oomph, and I feel that because when I went to the G Dragon concert and I sat for 2.5 hours and I got up, I almost fell down the stairs because my knees were just from sitting there for 2.5, 3 hours, or however long I sat there, my knees were not happy and my decisions. All right, Song Sung Gi will face Chae Hyung Woo, the cleanup hitter. He had a double in his last at bat, 1 for 2 on the day for the DH. And a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Song Sung Gi trying to get through 5 innings here. 20 pitches in the first, 18 in the second, 19 in the third, and 14 in the fourth. And that misses outside, and it's 1-2 now. Yeah, Doug. Yeah, I think that would be all right. Kia's bullpen is rough, and the 1-2 fouled away stays 1-2. He's sitting at 62 pitches through 4 innings. So should be able to go 5 or 6 or 7 at least, as that's going to be another leadoff base runner. As he single into left field, and he's on base for the second time. Can they do something? I like the songs that actually sing and cheer, not the chanting songs. Yonang steps in and he looks at ball one. Tae-Young-woo is not known for his speed over at first base, but who knows? Kim Hyun-soo stole a base already today. And that's going to be a swing, and it's 1-1 now. Chae-Young. And the 1-1 in the dirt, and it's 2-1. And that is lifted. That's going to be trouble. That's going, but it's caught right at the warning track by Park Min. And Chae Young-woo will have to head back. That is just a long out. And Park Min is now in center field. I wonder if Chae Won-young would have been able to make that catch. Park Min, one of the best center fielders in the league. All right, that's going to bring up the catcher, Han Jun Soo. Oh, that's in the dirt. And is Chae Young-woo going to move to second? Nope, he is not. As that pitch was in the dirt, got away from the catcher, but he does not head over. The 1-0 pitch fouls it away, and it's 1-1. Han Jun Soo 0 for 2 on the day. Infield fly in his last at bats with runners on first and seconds, and then a strikeout to end the first inning with a runner on first. And he swings at ball two, and it's 1-2 now. And did he go around? The home plate umpire says he did, and that will be 2 down. We'll check the official replay. That is not an angle that's going to tell us anything. Did see the end of the knob there. There we go. Ooh, about right at parallel. Could go either way. All right, Chaewon Jun and the home plate umpire says he also went. I live in Korea, so I watch them. I'm watching on regular TV. If you are not in Korea, uh, which I assume if you're asking me that, you are not in Korea, just go to souplive.com, SOOPLIVE.com. They're the official international streaming platform for the KBO. So you're not illegally watching anything. And I think you can actually watch all 5 games at one time this year. And the 0-2, that's going to be a chopper to Shinmin Jae, who's just going to tag him out. And that will end the inning. They strand another one. They've left 8 on base through 5 as Kia can't get home the winning run. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-2 Twins. Man, Kia just cannot get it going. We'll see if he comes back out. 86 pitches for him, 15 in that inning. 86 pitches. I gotta think that he would come out for another inning. But Kia 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They are with runners on base now. They're 2 for 14. They've left 8 runners on base now. 3 walks and 7 hits. He'll do that to you, I guess. No problem. But also, I will say this. It actually, if you listen to my stream and you watch this game, I'm actually just a little bit ahead of it, just because I am in Korea and they're doing a relay, so it pairs up fairly well. I've been told. All right, Shinmin Jae will lead things off for LG as they look to try to put some more runs in between them and Kia. All right. So after the first 1, 2, 3 of the inning, and Shinmin Jae drops down the bunts, but it is foul, and he will have to run back to the batter's box and try that thing again. No. Yono Yuk over there at third. Again, he is taken over at third since Kim Do Young with the hamstring injury, rounding first in the first game of the season. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2 in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now. And Shinmin Jae didn't play in the first couple games that I streamed of the LG Hanwha games. They did not he did not play. He came off the bench at that point as Gubon Hyuk was playing second. As that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws over, and that's 1 away. That's going to bring up Austin. He's been on base twice now. Austin ding 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 ding. 1 for 1 on the day. Walked in his first at bat, scored a run. Double in his last at bat, scored a run, and fouls that one out of play. And it's 0-1. Again, Austin is currently riding a 4-game homer streak. What's crazy is he's got 4 home runs in his last 4 games, but he only has 6 hits. And then a homer day for the first baseman for these two teams is that's Mrs. Lowe 1-1. In Wisdom with the right on cue, they pull them both up. Look at those! Look at those silly little beards, silly little beards. And the 1-1 pitch misses, and it's 2-1. Well groomed beards. What is that? Right to the 2-1 pitch. That's ripped down the line, and that's going to be another double as it gets into the corner. Austin cruises it into second base with his second double of the day. Austin Dean is just on it right now. Seeing the ball very, very well. Right past the third base bag into the corner. And Wisdom's got to be like, man, what? Stop. Stop, dude. Stop. Oh, and now sitting at 70 pitches is Young Hyun Jong. Moonbo Young steps in. He doubled an RBI in his first at bats and fouls that one away, and it's 0-1. So Moonbo Young RBI double in his first at bats, was able to score Austin, and then flew out to left field in his last at bats. That was a very, very sketchy fly out to left. And the 0-1 pitch upstairs, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, that's going to be fouled away, and it's 1-2. Was Austin on the run on that pitch? Saw his head dart across the bottom of the screen there. And the 1-2 in the dirt, that's going to get away, and Austin is going to head over to third base. Heads up, watching in the whole time, and the 2-2 is now. You got to make sure it doesn't get away. All right, the 2-2. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. That should be deep enough to score a run. Austin will come home, and it won't be close. Once again, Austin comes home. He's scored his 3rd run of the day, and that's wild pitch proves to be very, very big. And it's going to bring up a Kim Hyun Soo. Kim Hyun Soo, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a stolen base. And that's in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Now looking at 76 pitches, 14 in this inning. And the 0-1 pitch lifts that one. That could be trouble, but just drops foul. And it's 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Kim Hyun Soo. A super sketchy broadcast there, as that's going to be a pop up to the shortstop out in the grass, and that will end the fifth. That'll also end the first half of the game. I'll be back in just a few moments. Refill your beverages, go to the bathroom, and do whatever else you need to do in the next 2.5 minutes. Alrighty. I am back. And Kim Kong-rul on the mound. We'll have a first pitching change. I'll get that change for you. 3 games, an ERA of 6, 6 walks per 9, and 6 strikeouts per 9. Back behind the plate is now Pak Dong-won. Also, is so these guys that were in the starting lineup are normally in the starting lineup are finally getting in. I wonder if it was a punishment thing. What kind of burger? Is that's a ball one. And fouls that one away. 1-1. Where is my mouse? There it is. And that's 2-1. There we go. All right. Let me get the lineup a little fixed there. Also, Pak Dong-won obviously behind home plate as that misses outside, and it's 2-2. 3-1. Sorry. I got it fixed now. I think I got it fixed now. Move some wires around. Misses upstairs and a leadoff walk for Kia with a number 9 hitter. That'll bring up a Sogan Chang. They've had base runners in every inning, guys. Is again, Kia has been threatening all game, but they just haven't been able to come up with a big hits. As they've now got, again, they've left 8 runners on base so far today. All right, Sogan Chang fouls that away, and it's 0-1. Kia is missing their second baseman, their shortstop, and their third baseman, as Kim Sun-bin, Park Chan-ho, and Kim Do-young are all injured currently. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Got that past him at 146 on the old gunner. And the 0-2 says throw it low. Ooh, misses not even close to being low, as it barely even registered on the outside of the K zone. That was in the middle of the right-handed batter's box. And we'll redo this. And here comes another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch up over his eyes. That'll be the first strikeout for Kim Kong-rul, and 1 out now as the struggles for Kia continue with runners on base. They're now 2 for 15 with runners on base. And throw over to first. Nice view of the back of people's head there. I don't know why they would even go to that camera. All right, Yu Song, 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles, a run scored, a walk, and looks at strike one, just catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1 now. 306 now on the season for the left fielder. Kim Yu-sung does have speed over there at first base, and that is missed way upstairs in 1-1. Thank you. mound visits. Again, LG had a really bad bullpen last year. I was definitely one of the issues for them. So they went out and signed two relievers. Again, this is what I talk about with a certain team near me. They a certain team near me goes out and signs the bigger free agents, even though they don't fill needs. LG needed bullpen help. They were only you're only allowed to sign two free agents in this last year, as that's Mrs. Lowe and it's 2-1. And they went out and signed two bullpen arms, and that is excellent front office work right there. They also went out and signed what probably the most notable. What is that word? Notable free agent for foreigner, as that is not quite going to get him on the 5-4-3 putouts. So that'll be two away now. As again they continue to struggle with getting that hits. They go to seconds. The throw from the shortstop was low, so Shinmin J was not able to make the play over at first, not able to get him doubled up. So that will be Yu Sung on base. Wisdom will step in, trying to get some sorts of offense with runners on base. He singled in his last at bat with a runner on base, moved him over to third. Needs a double here to score him, as that is low, ball one. Yeah, because they got a 3-game winning streak. They got the longest winning streak in the league right now. All right, the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Mm. All of the games are pretty good except for the Hanwha Samsung game. And Wisdom goes down, forks that one, but that's going to drop in front of the left fielder, and he's coming up with another single, and that'll move runners first and seconds. Wisdom continues to do what he's supposed to do. And now they've got to get some production from the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Is that was seems like a broken bat. See a splinter fly off towards the third base dugouts. Wisdom with another hit. His second hit of the day, 2 for 4. That's going to bring up a Nasung Bomb. Nasung Bomb had a chance to tie the game, but lined out to a jumping stop by Shinmin J in his last at bat back in the fourth. Looks at ball one, and it's 1-0. So average down to 257 on the season for captain of the Tigers. And the 1-0 pitch upstairs, 2-0. Right-hander Nasung Bomb would love to make it a 5-4 game. He's a guy that can easily do it too. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Misses upstairs, 3-0. Quick 2 outs, and now Cheong-woo was sitting on deck, a 297, 0 for 2 on the day. Sorry, no, 2 for 3 on the day. As that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1 now. Probably the biggest at bat of the game right here. He down 2, runners on first and second. Gonna have 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up if they can come through. Already left 8 on base. And here comes the 3-1, and he goes down, pops him up. Hong Chang-gi under it, and they will strand 2 more 10 now in this game, already through 6 innings, have been stranded on the base pass. As we will go to the bottom of the 6th, it's 2-4 Twins. Nasung Bomb just not having a good day. He has left 4 of the 10 on himself. Hanoi has 1 hit through 6 innings, 1 base runner. And that was the guy that was hitting 48 coming into the game. All right, it's Wang Dong Ha out on the mound now. Get this cleaned up. I'll change that around. 5 games, 7 innings, 1 win, 6.43 ERA, 3.9 walks per 9, and a strikeout an inning. And last year, he did have some time as a starter. Where's my. And that's going to be Paque Min leading things off for LG. And he pops up the first one. That could be trouble. Shortstop out under it. And that is 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Just the way you drew it up. All right, OG1 and now pinch hitting for Gubon Yuck. Again, these guys have got. There has to be some reason that they did not start this game, as all 3 of the guys that normally would start are now in. And I apologize for not having information about it, but I was again. I don't get the lineup until an hour before. And that runs inside. It's 2-1. So again, Paque Min, Ojinwan, and Pak Dong Wan did not start the game, but they have now come in later as that misses upstairs, and it's 3-1. So my thought is that they did something that didn't allow them to start the game. And that's outside, ball 4. And that's going to bring up a Pak Dong Wan getting his first at bat of the day. And catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. All right, the 0-1 and misses inside, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss there. 1-2. He tried to break the game wide open on that swing. 300 on the season for Pak Dong Wan. And the 1-2 catches him staring at it, and it's going to be 2 out now. Just staring at the ball. Oop, wrong one. That's a backwards K, ladies and gentlemen. That'll bring up Chaewon Young, who is now in left field again. And pitches now for Wang Dong-ha is now we're gonna have a pinch hitter here. Song Chan-yi will pinch hit here. All right, here comes the first pitch. Checks over at first at OG1. He is back in there safely. And the first pitch goes down to his knee, swinging, and that's strike one. And Wang Dong-ha started a lot of games last year into the bullpen now. So if they do start to struggle, they can, as that's going to be a easy stolen base. Not even going to get a throw down. Get that one right. Not even going to get a throw down. I'm trying to get some, try to find out why they didn't start. All right, so we've got a runner on second now. An 0-2 pitch throws it in the other batter's box just the way you wanted to see it. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, 0-2 count, throw it in the other batter's box. Took the lead. Who'd they take the lead against? Barnes. Wow. Yu Chan with an RBI triple. And the pitch in the other batter's box once again. Whoa, another awful pitch, and that's going to be a full count now as that pitch was way, way up high. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Runner on second, not first, and that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws across the diamond, and in time. And they will strand another runner on base. They've left 5 on base, but nothing compared to Kia's 10, and we'll go to this 7th inning. It's actually that was the bottom of the 6th, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're gonna go to the top of the 7th. It's 4-2 or 4-2 LG. I can't even talk right now. I have no idea what is going on. Wow. All right, we'll see who comes in here. Every day is a long day. Working with Korean 5-year-olds all day gets to you, man. All right, it's top of the 7th. Who's out on the mound? All right, Song Chan Yi goes to left field. OG Wan goes to short. Kim Kong Yul is going to be replaced by Yu Chan. So I will get that changed for you guys. Yu Chan, 2 games, 2 innings, 286 OPS, no hits, no walks, a point, or I guess a .5 whip. Ah, no, I don't want to do that, as that is in there for a strike on the outside. I like I like the kids. And that is ripped and just drops inside, and that's going to be a double. And he's got himself a second double a day, 3rd hit of the day, as he's coming away with another leadoff base runner. As man, Kia is just hit, but they cannot come up with the big hits when they need it. They're going to have another chance here with a leadoff double. Yeah, and I've been with this company for 11 years now, and I've been in my position since 2018. And well, we'll have a pitching change, as I just got everything changed, so they're gonna have a new one. We'll see who comes in. The good old Lotte defense. The only thing worse than the Lotte defense is the Hanwha offense. And Hanwha with 2 hits. Wang Taein with 83 pitches through 7 innings. All right, we'll see who's coming in now for. Let's see. Kim Jin Sung will come in. Running. Man, 10 runner. You're what you don't see is the walks though. They've also had 4 walks, so they've had 13 base runners. They've got 1 on base right now, and they've left 10 on. That is rough. All right, Byono Yok will come in to face, or Kim Jin Sung will come in to face Byono Yok. 5 games, 4.1 innings, 3 holds, 4.15 ERA, a 4.51 OPS against, 4.2 walks per nine, 6.2 strikeouts per nine, and a 1.38 whip. I don't like the strikeouts and walks per nine. Just tell me how many strikeouts he's got, how many walks he's got, and Bjorn Yucca fouls that one away, and it's 0-1. Just tell me how many outs he's got, how many strikeouts he's got, how many walks. And the 0-1, a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Ball just dropped. Bjorn 2 RBI single in his first at bat, a walk in his second, flew out to the warning track in his last at bats. And the 0-2 side 1-2. Yeah, whip is a good stat, but the other ones, as he just reaches out to grab that, is it's gonna foul it away, and it stays 1-2. I wonder if the ball has been changed any. It is colder right now than it was this time last year, so that is one thing. But last year, the offense was up so much as that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop and a throw across the mound or the diamond, and that's going to be one away. Once again, not coming through with the hits. That's going to pretty much end the game, I think, for Lotte then. 5 runs in the top of the sixth. They go up 3-0 in the first and then give up 7 straight unanswered runs. All right. Hanjun Su looks at ball one. They've got to get something. 167. He had a hot start to the season, but since then, not much. 2 strikeouts today and a infield fly. And that's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, but you can see that by how many strikeouts he's got. 1-1. Because one thing I don't like is they only talk about the pitches for the starter. They never talk about the pitches for the relievers. Like, what kind of stuff does that guy have? And that's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Turns and throws to third base as he was going, and he's going to be tagged out and awful base running there. So that'll go down as a 1-5 fielder's choice. And Hanjun So will be on first base. They give up a base, basically, and an out. And Chae Young-woo going on it, the contact, but the pitcher grabs it, immediately turns to third base, throws it over there, and Moon Bo-kyung chases down Chae Young-woo and tags him out. But Chaewon Jun now steps in. He is 1 for 3 on the day, singled in his first at bat, a fly out in his second at bat, and then a ground ball to the second baseman who tagged the runner. All right, to the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. That ball just dropped. That forkball is just dropping. Looking nasty. And the 1-1, that's a beautiful, beautiful curveball in there, and it's 1-2 now. No, it's forkball. All right, the 1-2 pitch. pops him up. That's going to be out to number 3. If Moonbog Young can grab it, and it will, as the foul pop up to the third baseman ends the inning. And once again, another runner left on base. They've left 11 on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 4-2 Kia. Yep, I would agree with that. And I mean, it is the KBO, so you never quite know, but I think that's a pretty safe bet. Yeah, now 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and 3 for 21 with runners on base. 3 for 21 with runners on base. Like, how is that possible? LG will have the top of the lineup coming up. We'll see. Is Wang Dong Ha still out there? Yep, Wang Dong Ha still out there. 16 pitches. All right, Hong Chang-gi digs in. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a single, 2 groundouts, a 6-3 and a 4-3. And the first pitch is swinging. He pops it foul. It's 0-1. All right, the 0-1 pitch misses up high, 1-1. Have to think Guangdong Ha here, and then Guak Do Gyu maybe next. Is he still on the roster? Yep, Guak Do Gyu with the ninth, as that's misses upstairs, and it's 2-1. Then Jung Hae Young obviously closing. Jo Song-gu maybe in the ninth, in the eighth. Is that's outside, and it's now 3-1. I'm actually surprised they didn't go with Kwak Do Gyu here, with Hong Chang Gi here, a lefty, and then Shin Min Jae, another lefty. I'm surprised they didn't go with him with the lefty there, as that's going to be ball 4, and he walks the leadoff runner. Really, man. Let me know. Let me know if you find any more information about that. I'd like to go see us, you know, something a little different. All right, Shin Min Jae 0 for 3 on the day. 2-4-3 groundouts and a 6-3 groundout as they check over on Hong Chang Gi. Again, important to remember that LG is one of the teams that run more than anyone else, and it's not particularly close how much they run. They are constantly trying to steal bases. And bunt, but in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. All right. Will this be the pitch that he runs on an 0-1 counts? And he checks over on Hong Changi. Easily back. All right. The 0-1 pitch sets up right at the letters. He gets the bunt down, but it's foul. And it's 0-2. And Shinmin Jae bunting to move the runner over with, no outs and a runner on first is stupid. But at the same time, Shinmin Jae also hand bunt for a single. But obviously, there he's trying to bunt to move the runner over because he's looking back at the catcher, not just running. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Shinmin Jae. He's going to have to swing away now. And that's outside 1-2. A little change there, and a right-handed pitcher, a left-handed batter, and they still throw in the other batter's box with a 0-2 count. Almost looked like a half a pitch out. And sets up inside right at the letters once again. He is sitting up. He's setting up a little early, I feel. I feel like the runner on first could definitely help the batter understand what was going on here. Set up waist high right down the middle, but another throw over to first, and he easily slides back in. I do wish they had a limit on how many times you could throw over. He just 4 times he's made a step back in. He didn't even have to slide. That time he did have to slide. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And outside at 2-2. 0-2 to 2-2. Game is just creeping along. And the 2-2 checks on him again as he just steps back into the bag. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And fouls it away. And we'll have another 2-2 pitch, ladies and gentlemen. 26 pitches now for Kim Dong-ha, the reliever for Kia. Okay. And that's low. 3-2 goes from a 2-0-2 count to a full count now. Constantly throwing. Cannot control his forkball or his fastball. Not too bad. I mean, it's the same. I want to say the same province, but I mean, it's pretty far. And the 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. 0-2 to walking him. What happens when you try to get cute all the damn time? Little mound visit here. You got runners on first and second for the one of, if not the hottest hitters in the league. Yeah, I think Ixon would be easier probably. But if I go to Sosan, I can, Luke lives in Sosan. Uh, you probably know who he is if you're been a baseball fan for a while. All right, Austin steps in, 2 for 2 on the day, two doubles, a walk, I believe 3 runs scored. He's 3 for 6 in his career against Wang Dong Ha with a homer. As he looks at ball one low, Austin again a 4-game home run streak on the line here. Probably going to be his last at bat of the game. You would have to think. Would love to get his 5th here. And the 1-0 outside. Ooh. 2-0. Just missing these pitches. I mean, he is missing by an inch. All right, the 2-0 pitch to Austin. Do not groove him one over. He will make you pay. He misses low, and it's 3-0. Austin should, I have to imagine he's going to be taken. Moonbo Young on deck, not the guy you want to face. All right, the 3-0 pitch. And he runs it inside and walks him on 4 pitches, and that should be it for him. You have to imagine that that is going to be it for him. Moonbo Young, Kim Yun Soo, Park Hae Min, you have to imagine that they're going to go to Guokdo Gyu here. As we will have ourselves a pitching change as he walks 3 batters, and now the bases are loaded. And we'll have a pitching change. Wow. The Kia bullpen, nope, not. It is going to be Lee Jun Young, I believe was the name I saw on the back there. Bases loaded, nobody outs. This is the game, ladies and gentlemen. So Lee Jun Young again, it comes in. He'll be facing the bases loaded now. Elsewhere around the league, real quick updates. Samsung's up 5-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Hanwha does have 2 hits in the game. They did get 2 hits against Wan Tayin. And KT down 1-2 against SSG. SSG again hasn't played for a while. They were part of that NC matchup that was completely canceled. So SSG's up 2-1 here with in the bottom of the 6th. They're threatening though. They got runners on first and second with 2 outs. QM opening it up against NC. They're up 5-0 in the bottom of the 7th with runner on first and 1 outs. And then Alan has been telling you, giving you some updates. It's 8-3 now. Doosan, as they were, Elote got out to a quick 3-0 lead, and then from there, yeah, they did not do well as they've given up 8 unanswered runs. As Doosan has a runner on first with nobody outs in the top of the 8th, trying to add some more runs. As that is going to be ball 1. All right, the 1-0 pitch, runners on first, second, and third. And that's going to be a chopper off of Wisdom's glove as he can't quite time the jump. And one run is in, two runs are in, and Austin is going to be hanging out at third base as Moonbo Young comes up with two more RBIs. Four RBIs for him today, and this game is not looking good for Kia. It hit hard off of right in front of the plates. Wisdom jumps, but mistimes it. It looks like he jumped too far foul off of the top of his glove. And that is going to go down. And that's going to bring up Kim Hyun Soo. Kim Hyun Soo, two for three on the day, two RBI singles, a stolen base, a popped out to the shortstop. And again, there is 0 outs right now. As Wang Dong-ha is not pitching, it is Lee Jun Young, as that's in there for a strike, 1-1 now. For some reason it didn't. There you go. Now it's fixed it. And Wisdom is not a natural first baseman. You know, so gonna have some growing pains for Kia, but they needed something. As that is going to be lifted into left field. That's going to be trouble. That is going to drop down as Austin is going to cruise home. And Moonbo Young will move to third as Kim Hyun Soo comes up with another RBI single. And this game is getting, yeah. This game is getting a little out of hand real quick. Park Min will step in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Have to think that LG is probably going to start emptying the bench a little bit here. 5 runs, though, is nothing in the KBO. So Park Min 0 for 1 on the day. He took over in center field back in the 5th, I believe. And fouls that one away, and it's 0-1. Yeah, that's what happens when you leave 11 guys on base, right? And 3 for 21 with runners on base, 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, 1-1. The Kia bullpen struggles continue. I don't know who that was earlier that was wanting 4.5 over for LG. Well, you got it, sir or ma'am, whatever you are. And then here comes the 1-1 pitch. And a foul away, 1-2. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And fouled away, stays 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Runners on the first and third. Park Min looking for his first hit of the day. And that is in the dirts. And 2-2. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a chopper to the second baseman. Did he get the outs at seconds? Moonbo Young is going to score, so I believe they're going to have a double play. They're going to call him out at second base on. I believe they're going to call him out of the baseline. I'll have to watch the replay here. Yep, they're going to call him out of the baseline. That'll be 2 away then. Is Pake mean his 0 for 3, over 2 now? Yeah, huh? Old G1 looks it's strike one. Old G1 walked and scored a base in the last inning. All right, the 0-1 pitch misses way upstairs. And 1-1. Welcome, Kiwi. Welcome. And the 1-1 is swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's going to be out number 3. But LG opens the game up. We'll go to the 8th inning. It's 8-2 LG. It is a rough day for the OA teams. 5 walks, 9 hits, 8 runs. 4 walks, 9 runs, or 9 hits, 2 runs. One of these is not like the other. Top of the 9th, 1 out. I did notice Florio was not in. Oh, he's moved down to the 6th spots. That helped him a lot. He's over 3 with 2 strikeouts. Kim Tae-yeon and An Chi-hong, the only 2 hitters, are the only 2 with a hit. The only 2 that have been on base because they have 0 walks. Good Lord, is that offense awful. Nick, did you read the big article about No Shiwan not running out the bag? There was a big article about No Shiwan's walking course cost Hanwha a game. Jong Hyun Shik out on the mound, 75 games last year. I believe it's his first game back. Little bow to the third base as he was a former Kia Tiger. He bows to the fans. So again, LG had troubles last year with their relievers, so they went out and spent some money on some relievers. Kim Gyu-sung will lead off for Kia here in the top of the 8th. I think everything's fixed there, as that's going to be first pitch swinging, and that's going to be first pitch out as Hong Chang-gi grabs it 1 away. I always wonder how these guys feel facing their old team that they've been with for a long time, especially in Korea. It's so small. Oh, and an air? Wow, big day. Oh, a hit. Kim Tae-yeon coming through again, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. right, here comes the 0-1 pitch, as that is fouled away, and it's 0-2. So Pak Jae on the pinch hitting here for Sogon Chan. And the miss is low, and it's 1-2. And he lifts that one left fielder going back, moves around a little bit, but makes the catch. And a two away. That'll bring up Yu Song. Yu Song, one of the bright spots for Kia today. A 2 for 3 with a walk and two singles, and he looks it's ball one there. Jay Ian, and it's 2-0. And that just gets a piece of the zone, and it's 2-1 now. All right, I thought it was 2-1. It's 2-0. 2-1. Hanwha loses to Samsung. 5-0 as that is popped up and will get out of play, and it'll be 2-2. And a swing and a miss will end the inning. 1-2-3 goes Kia. The first time all day, ladies and gentlemen, that Kia has gone down 1-2-3. They're going to leave just 11 on base through eights. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. It's a 8-2 LG. I just saw that they were up 10-3. Oh. 13. All right, Lee Hyung Bum on the mound. One game, one inning, OPS of 1,000 and a whip of 2. Chae Jung Yong in to second, Park Jae Hyun and to left. I'm not going to change it because I'll change it eventually, but all right. And first pitch. Sliding catch by the catchers, not able to make the grab, and it'll be 0-1. That is not a that was not an out or an air sliding catch or an air. Young Bum. Sorry, trying to get this updated. All right, that's fixed. One pitch, 0-1 count. There we go. Pak Dong Wan is up. He's the number 9 hitter. Okay, I've got that set. All right, so there we go. Yu Sung is out. Che Jung Yoon is in, and that's outside at 2-1. Let's see here. See if I can get this changed. Yu Sung is done. And the 2-1 fouled away, and it's 2-2. Let's see. Che Young. And he will move to second base. And Park Jae Hyun will move to left field. And the 2-2 swing and a miss. One away as he just nods his head. He's like, yeah, yeah, that's right. Over 2 for Pak Dong Lon at the 2 strikeouts. And that's going to bring up Song Chan Yi. Song Chan Yi 0 for 1 on his day. He grounded into a 6-3 put out in his first and only at bat. Nope. Ham Chang Gun. Swing and a miss there. Makes it 1-1. Ham Chang Gun hit 143 last year. Hit for a cycle in the second league is what they just told me in my ear. Chang Gun and looks at ball 3. Chang. And the 3-1 pitch. And he lifts that one and Nasang Bomb over and under it. And 2 away. All right, Yi Hyung Bom out on the mound. 9 pitches. 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, Hong Chang Gi will step in, maybe. Are they going to have another pinch hitter here? Nope, he is still out there. 1 for 3 on the day. Looks at strike 1. And it's 0-1. Hong Chang Yi walked in his last at bats. 1 for 3 on the day. A 6-3 ground out. A walk, a single, and a 4-3 ground out. As he slaps the bats out and the ball into left field, and he'll have himself another base hit. LG is just not done. Will they keep him in or take him out? He's taking off his stuff, so he's going to stay in there and run. LG doing their best to get Austin another at bat to see if he can keep the home run streak going. Because unless Kia comes with a miracle, this will be LG's last time up. So Shin Min Jae steps in again, 0 for 3 on the day. Did walk in his last at bat, and slaps that one foul, and it's 0-1. And that's fouled away, 1-2. So I'm trying to do something here. And that's going to be to ground ball to the third baseman. It grabs it, throws across, and that will end the eighth inning. We'll go to the ninth. Kia down to their final 3 outs. It's 8-2. They did their best. Not able to do it. All right. We got it about ready here. I think I got everything fixed now. Right. We'll have Wisdom will lead things off for Kia as they begin up to their final at bat. We'll see who comes in to pitch for Kia or for LG. Han Chang-gun moves to left field. John Hyun Shik is done. Kim Young-woo will come out and take over on the mound. Out on the mound now. Number 67, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest pitcher of all time. 2 games, 2 innings, ERA of 0, 9 strikeouts per 9, and 0 walks per 9. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody stand up and have your attention for number 67, Kim Young-un. Ham Chang-gun stays in left field. Wisdom will greet the new hitter. And the first pitch in there for a strike. 153 on the gun. And I don't know if that was a pitch clock violation or what, but the 0-1 pitch. And a big, huge curve ball there. That was a thing of beauty. Wisdom walks off, shaking his head. He's like, wow, that was major league stuff right there. 153 then comes with 137. Another time by Wisdom. They say it's a second one. I guess you're given 2 per at bats. I'm just guessing. I don't know all the new rules. And 294 on to the season for Wisdom. On the day, 2 for 4, and that is in the other batter's box, and it's 1-2. Just like that, you got a 0-2 counts. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, and of course you throw it in the other batter's box. Because that is what you do, ladies and gentlemen. That are thy rules. And the 1-2 pitch. And did he go around? He did not. Another big curveball ran in on him. He was able to hold his swing back. See if we get a better replay than that, but no, we don't. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And he almost tries to throw a bass and 154 on the gun, but it's fouled away, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch. Guy looks young. He is 19 years old. Last year's first round pick, the number 10 pick in the draft, as Wisdom greets him with a liner, but Pake Mean ranges over. That'll be one away. Hit it hard, but Pake Mean got a good jump on it, and one down now. Yang Hyun Jong will be the losing pitcher on the day. 5 innings, 78 pitches, 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. But the game just got blown open as Kia just could not get runs across. And that's going to bring up, we're going to have a pinch hitter here, as that is a ball one outside. So Park Jung-woo steps in, 500 on the season. As Nasung Bomb will be done for the day. And that's a ball two outside. And here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Blows it past him. 153. I would love to stand in there and whiff it 150, 155. And the 2-1 fouls that away, 153, but it does get a piece of it. And he is a 19. He was the first pick for LG in last year's draft. Just turned 19 in January. Out of Seoul High School. And the 2-2, did he go around? He did not, and we'll have a full count. All right, the 3-2 pitch. 1 out, pinch hitter here. And he slaps it foul, and it stays 3-2. Nasung Bomb did not have a good day on at the plate. Walked in his first at bat, but then came up with runners in scoring position 2 other times and a lined outs with a great catch by Shinmin Jae at second base, and then flew out to right to end the 6th inning. As that is going to be ball 4, and he will take his base as they attempt to make their comeback, ladies and gentlemen. Park Jong-woo walks, will take over on first base. They need 6 runs before they get 2 outs. We have another pinch hitter here. Kim Tae-gun, the catcher, will be pinch hitting here. And that's in there for a strike, or right down the middle. All right, the 0-1 pitch to the backup catcher, the pinch hitter here. And that's a beautiful curveball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside and swing back to the pitcher. He's going to go to second base. And a jumping throw by Shinmin Jae is going to end the inning on the 1-4-3 double play. A comebacker snags it, turns, throws. The sliding Park Jung-woo makes it where Shinmin Jae has to jump over him, straight up 80s and 90s middle infielder position style, We'll have a replay, but I thought he had him. Definitely going to be 2 outs. Definitely not going to have anybody on second base. And if anybody comes up, it'll be the number 5 hitter. Ooh, I think he's safe. Yeah, he's safe because it's got to be in the back of the glove. What is safe? Showing off the wheels, old man. All right. Well, we still got a game, I guess. Yono Yuck steps in. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Yes. And I think he went around as that check swing. No, he did not. It looked like he went around to me, but again, I'm about 200 kilometers away. All right. 304 on the season for the third baseman. That's going to be a single in the side, and they've got themselves runners on first and second. That's going to bring up Hanjun Soo. Hanjun Soo 0 for 4 on the day with 2 strikeouts, an infield fly, and a 1-5 ground out. Might have a pinch hitter here as again Kim Tae-goon is the other catcher. He's nope, we're gonna keep him in, and that is gonna just catch the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Runners on first and second. 10 hits apiece, but the big difference is that's a swing and a miss. Is when the hits came. Kia spaced them out in the first 7 innings. But LG bunched them together in just a couple. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pitch number 21 for the 19-year-old. And catches him looking at a pitch that just clips the inside. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, will be it as the game is actually over now. No more replaying anything else. Again, Kia, 10 hits apiece. Kia just, again, just could not get it done with runners on base. That's all there is to say. I mean, literally, that's the difference in the game. So they end up 4 for 24 with runners on base. They end up 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. That is obviously the difference in the game. You have the two teams, both of them had 10 hits, both of them had 5 walks. There were no errors, so they both had the same amount of base runners. But, well, he spaced out their hits through multiple innings versus LG, who bunched them all together. Kia comes up basically nothing after the first 2 runs there in the first inning. They quickly take a 2-0 lead and then give up 8 unanswered runs. So again, they had chances every inning. They had chances every single inning. They only went 1-2-3 once, and that was in the 8th inning. So no reason. I mean, yeah, obviously there's a reason, but just not good situational hitting for Kia. Something that they were very, very good at last year. They led the league in batting average with runners in scoring position. So they are obviously missing a bunch of guys. They're missing their starting second baseman, their starting shortstop, they're missing their starting third baseman, the reigning MVP. They should be getting back their shortstop soon. I believe they should be getting the third baseman back at the end of this month, and then obviously also the be able to get their second baseman back pretty soon. Also, uh, Kia just has not. Their bullpen has just been bad. Again, they lost John Hyun Sheik, who signed with LG, came in tonight and was the only 1, 2, 3 inning. But they just look kind of like they are not ready for the season to start yet. It is really what it looks like. Like watching this team, it looks like they're waiting. They're like, oh, this is spring because they're missing, a bunch of their big guys. So they just look out out of place. They look like they're not quite ready. But LG, uh, again, Austin coming up big. Austin once again coming up big. 2 for 2 on the day with two doubles, two walks. Moonbug Young, another two doubles. I believe four RBIs for him. Kim Yun Soo, 3 for 4 with three RBIs. So their 3, 4, 5 hitters got it done versus Kia's 3, 4, 5 hitters that were getting on their 3 and 5 hitters had some 3, 4, 5 hitters, or sorry, 4, 5 hitters had some base hits, but they were leading off innings because their number three hitter, Nasung Baum, just wasn't able to get things done today. So that'll be it for me. LG wins another one. They move to 9-1 on the season. 9-1 on the season. Kia will fall to 4-7 on the season, and I believe they will be leapfrogged as Kium won. Doosan's up 15-3 right now. And so Kia is going to be leapfrog. They're going to go join Hanwha near the basement. Hanwha lost again today. So Hanwha is sitting at 3-8. Kia sitting at should be at 4-7. Not the way they want to start their defending championship run, but it's still early in the season. Once they get those guys back, I think things should kind of clean up for Kia. As long as they can do something to get the bullpen in order, they may need to make a trade to bring somebody into the bullpen. So that's it for me, guys. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to the stream. I will be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. game. I'm not going to do the 2 o'clock games because there is rain in the forecast, and I want to make sure that I can stream the QM game. So the QM game is from a dome, so we don't have to worry about that being rained out. So I will be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. No problem, Alan. Thank you for tuning in. So as always, thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time.